Dear students, my intelligent ladies and gentlemen of the 2020 advanced level batch, I thought of recording this message and sharing it with you guys, especially in the context of the very unique situation that the entire world is in, and Sri Lanka is no exception. As a country, we are also facing this problem, which is caused by I think one of the biggest challenges the world is facing after almost 100 years. That is this uncontrollable, difficult to contain spread of the COVID-19 virus, which is affecting every country in the world, developed, developing, rich or poor, Asian or European or every country in the world. So equally, Sri Lanka is also facing this challenge, and it is having impact on our day-to-day lives. It is having a social this problem, or the spread of the COVID-19 virus, which is now named as a pandemic in the world. It is having an impact on us in different ways. So it is having a social impact, economic impact, it has a political impact. There are many sides to it. I think one of the most important things that you and we should talk about, and we should try to focus on is how do we continue our studies, how do we keep preparing for this exam, which may or may not be conducted in August of this year, but immaterial of that, whether it is whether the advanced level exam is conducted in August or not, how do we prepare for this? What can we do? How do we mentally, and how do we emotionally at the same time, how do we logically face this challenge? So I think as a support class teacher, as a teacher, there is a big responsibility with me and all my colleagues who are teaching different subjects. We have a big responsibility to help you guys go through this process and come out of it. Not only as a country, we have to come out of this victoriously in terms of fighting this threat we have, or combating the virus, and making sure that we practice social distancing, we go through all the rules and regulations the government has given us. But at the same time, end of this all, if we have spent 2, 3, 4 or 1 month at home without going for any classes, without going through the normal process of preparing for this exam, end of that, we also need to make sure that in terms of your studies, in terms of your exam preparation, that we have been very smart. We have really made use of this time. So few things I want to share with you guys in that respect. How do we make sure that this problem that we are facing, the time that because of the COVID-19 spread of the virus, and because of that us having to spend a lot of time at home, where we are unable to do our normal classes, go through our normal programs. Yes, it is a challenge, it is a big loss for us. There is a big damage in terms of how we were preparing for this exam. There is an emotional side to it, there is a demotivating side to it, all that is true. But at the same time, how do we take that time that we are getting to spend at home and make maximum use out of it? That is what I want to talk to you all about more than anything. So let's see, now we can, few things that we need to be clear on. I think government announced that they will be closing down all the schools on the starting from the 13th of March, so which was Friday, a few weeks back, I think 2 weeks back. So from that time onwards, what we have done is especially targeting the revision students, especially the 2020 advanced level batch, I have done my best to make sure that overall you guys don't completely lose touch of what we have been doing. So during that weekend itself, using the Mind Ventures website, that is www.mindhub.lk, using the downloads tab which is there in the website, you can see on when you go to the home page itself, on the right hand side top, there is a tab where you can click or tap or however depending on the device that you are using, where there will be a drop down menu, and there it will say revision 2020. By going into that particular folder or using that, you are able to download whatever the past program progressive assessment paper and the progressive assessment previous week's paper suggested answer, whichever you should have got if we had classes on the 14th and the 15th. I have uploaded so that you can download it, you can somehow get internet access. I'm sure you guys are able to find a way. Yes, you all are very creative in that respect. Get access to the internet, go to the website, you can download those papers and continue whatever the studies you are doing in terms of the past program, in terms of the units we have already covered in classes. You can continue your studies by making sure the past papers you will get on a regular basis. Now, for example, the next set of progressive assessment papers and the suggested answers relevant for this week have already been uploaded to the website, and I just monitored it. I saw I am monitoring it, and I just looked at the website and I saw more than 50-60 of you guys have already downloaded those papers. So brilliant, keep up the good work. Make sure that you regularly visit the website and keep focusing, keep working on the past program and do all the questions, then go through the answers. So don't give up on the past program, because it's anyway something that you all are doing. The entire past program is designed where you are doing a lot of work, or all the work that you have to do is being done at home. So while we are going through this period as a country, we need to be very rational and patient and help our government, and as a country we need to go through this. But still, even being at home, you can definitely keep up with the past program and continue with all the work that you are expected to do. Now the second thing is, while you are at home, while physically classes are not being conducted, still there is a lot that can be done in addition to of course, as I said many times, keeping up with the past program and doing all the work related to the past program. Still there is a lot more you can do. Now for example, some of you guys might not have been able to keep up with exactly week by week every single area in the task list in the study log that you have to do. You might have not been able to keep up with it exactly, meaning week by week, and all the tasks might not have been completed. But now, since you are not having physical classes, there is a considerable amount of time that you get during the week. That is more than the usual amount of time that you normally get if you had your very busy, tight schedule of classes. Because the classes are not conducted at the moment, and it is required by us to stay at home and practice social distancing, there is a considerable amount of time that you are saving that you otherwise did not have during the week. That time is saved in terms of you don't have the requirement to travel, so the travel time is saved. Then the number of hours you would otherwise spend sitting in a classroom, so that time is saved. And all this time that you didn't have in a previous week before this situation arose, now that time can be used not only to cover whatever you have to do during that week, whatever you have to do in the past program. Also, you can allocate some of that extra additional time you have been able to find to focus on the backlog, the areas that you couldn't do in the previous weeks that you left behind in the past program. Not only that, if there are certain units that you have studied, you have done the self-studying, you have done the past paper questions, you have answered the progress assessment questions, still you feel that it's good if you could have spent a bit more time with those areas. In other words, there could be units or sub areas of a unit that you feel you could have, you need to master a bit more, because that could be a unit that you're specializing in, that you definitely want to answer a question in. So then this is another brilliant opportunity we have got, where you have so much time now, you have saved so much time, as I explained before, because you don't have to go for classes at the moment. Use that time and go back and identify those areas, those units, those sub areas that you feel you need to spend a bit more time, and allocate that time. Next, based on the analysis that I have done, we might not be able to do classes for a few more weeks. So what I will be doing is, continuously I will be giving you guys the past progressive assessments, suggested answers. In addition to that, in the coming weeks and the coming days during the coming weeks, I will be making sure that there are additional questions that are uploaded to the website. Also, I'm working on a certain platform where we might not be able to do that exact live classroom experience that we want, that is the best if we can do it, but unfortunately, based on the situation, we are unable to meet each other in a physical classroom and continue our process. But still, as they say, desperate times calls for desperate measures. So let's figure something out. I'm working on a certain platform where I can try to create as much as possible a virtual environment where we can continue with our explanations, and we can continue with our coverage of the syllabus. But while those things are being set up, because it's something that I can't just do on an ad hoc basis, it has to be done properly, because end of the day, everything that I teach you guys, everything that I share with you, it has to be done in a comprehensive way. So until we set up that platform and try to get you guys into a certain system where we can I can make sure the notes are being shared properly, and I can also give the explanations, we can use there are different options available. So let's come up with the best option and continue our studies. But while that is being done, it's important that you guys regularly visit the website and make sure that you do not, under any situation, give up, stop, or slow down in terms of how you are preparing for this exam. We are always with you. We will keep updating you. And yes, as I was saying before, additional work, extra work that you need to do, because you have some extra time at home. I know you have to allocate it for the two other subjects also you are doing, but still for them, there is still a lot of time that we can now really use to master the areas that we want to master, to cover up the backlog we have in the past program. Thirdly, let's do some extra work in terms of answering some additional questions, and also let's come up with a proper platform where I will keep you all updated, and by you guys engaging in through that platform, we will be able to continue all the good work and all the hard work and all the comprehensive work we have been doing up to now, and we will continue with it. And as a country, we are very resilient. As a country, we have faced much bigger, difficult challenges than what we are facing now. So I am confident, as a Sri Lankan, as a proud Sri Lankan, I know we will come out of this and we will win this challenge. When that happens, we would not have fallen behind we would be at that exact level in terms of knowledge, preparation and readiness to restart our classes and go and get our job done. So let me finish by saying, be confident, keep working, don't give up, don't slow down. There's a lockdown, yes, but you don't have to slow down. You can continue in your studies, be focused on what you are doing, and most importantly, we are with you. We have not shut down our preparation, our support, our guidance that we are giving to you all. Whatever the platform we can use, whatever the means we can use, we will be in touch with you and we will guide you through this process. So be confident, keep working hard, make the best use of this extra time and extra time you have got and the freedom you have got. In a way, at home, in your own pace, in your own space, you can continue your studies. So until I get in touch with you guys again, please regularly keep visiting the Mind Ventures website, as most of you know, and whenever you get a text message, an SMS alert saying Mind Hub, please don't ignore it, read it, go through it, and if there's any instruction given to you, if the message says go and visit the website, there is something there for you to download, follow that and make sure that you guys practice all the best health safety practices given to us by the government. It is for our own safety, and as a member of this, as citizens of this country, we all have a responsibility to help make sure this problem is solved, this problem is controlled, and the virus is simply a single cell basic organism. It cannot be smarter than us, it cannot beat us, it cannot defeat us. We should defeat the virus. So be smart, be rational, be my intelligent students, keep in touch, and always stay updated on your studies. Keep visiting the website www.mindhub.lk and never give up. Do not stop working for this exam, do not stop studying. Be motivated, be confident, this can be done. All the best.